Nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with the atmosphere, the prince of the air, the spiritual influence. And we as Christians got to know what we got to know. Hosea 4:6 says that my people what? Perish from a lack of knowledge. That means there are people blood washed saved dying because they didn't know any else. People dying before their time. People in faith not inheriting the promises of God, the fullness of God, because they do not know that their promise is on the other side. Look at somebody and say, I'm going to know everything. I won't tell them I want everything that's attached to my peace. Come on, say you got to say it like you Pentecostal. I say, I want everything. See, you so used to pacify and saying it so weak. No, you got to say it so you can believe it. Say, I want everything. That's attached to my peace. You see, I don't care what it is. It could be money, it could be finance, it could be your health. If it's attached to your peace, I want it. I want what's attached to my peace in Jesus' name. And so when we go after these things and we begin to learn about the enemy, we begin to learn about ourselves. We begin to learn why he says certain things in Scripture. We begin to learn why he begins to warn us, not scare us, warn us. Yes. And so we're going to go into service today, but this is a healing and deliverance service. Amen. If it's on you, it's coming off you. Amen. I said if it's on you, it's coming off you. In Jesus' name. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I've been waiting all night. I've been waiting all day. Just so God can touch my life. Hey! I know he's going to do it. The Bible says that in the presence of the Lord is what? The fullness of joy. That means when I come to church, the reason why I shout, because my joy is filled up. And the presence of God causes my life to activate. See, we have to do a better job that when we feel the power of God, when you feel the power of God, you're supposed to move. You're supposed to do something, say something, sing something. I don't care if you dance. I don't care if you wiggle. I don't care if you lift up your hand. You're supposed to do something. And if God heals your body, do something that you couldn't do before. Amen. 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 I want you all to go with me to the book of Malachi. The book of Malachi. The 4th chapter. Beginning at the 2nd verse. The last book of the Old Testament before we get into Matthew. And God saw fit to end the Old Testament with these powerful words. He concluded the Old Testament with these powerful words. Malachi 4:2. When you have it, please stand for the reading of the word. When you have it, yell at me. Say, I got it. I got it. Malachi 4:2. Here, the last book of the Old Testament, and God saw fit to end the Old Testament with this thought going into the new. Y'all, you ready? All right. He said, but unto you that fear my name. He's not talking about nobody in the world. Who's he talking to? You. Who's he talking to? You. Somebody say me. Me. He's talking to you. He ain't talking to the world. He ain't talking to nobody else. He's talking but to those who are in the household of God. But to you who fear my name, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked. For they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts.
Glory to God. Glory to God. Yes.
Now he's not talking to nobody else, but unto who? Them that fear his name.
Amen.
You may be seated.
Praise God.
He ends the Old Testament with a powerful, not just a declaration. A declaration is what you pronounce. A decree is a command. He ends Malachi with a decree. He says, but. In other words, however. The rest of the world can do whatever it does, but you. Somebody say, but me. Yeah. Everything can go down, but me. Come on, put your hands together. Put your hands on you. Say, everything can go down. Everything can go down. But me. But me. You understand what that means? That means that this ship is not going to sink. I don't care how much the waves go up. I don't care how much the waves go down. I don't care what tornado lands. It can destroy everything, but it's not coming nigh my dwelling.
Yes. Hallelujah.
He said, but to those who fear my name.
Yes.
Now he's not talking about anybody else but you.
Amen.
And he ends the Old Testament with all of his rituals and everything that we read from Genesis. He decides to sum up the conclusion of the Old Testament by introducing you to something that is getting ready to take place in the New Testament. That is, there's power in the believer. There's something different about you. You got to know that. Look at somebody and say, there's something different about me. There's something peculiar about me. There's something that does not fit, that does not match. And no matter how I try to cut it, try to fix it, manipulate it, I cannot get a triangle in a square. There's a reason why I stand out at work. There's a reason why I don't sit in the household. There's a reason why I talk different, act different, think different. But to you that fear my name. There was a decree that's been over your life. Not just a declaration. There's been a decree of power and victory over your life. He said the Son of Righteousness with the healing in his wings will arise. Don't you understand that part of your victory is your healing? I don't care what doctor says what. I don't care what generational curse says what. I don't care if they died. But unto you that fear my name. Look at somebody and say, I'm a spell breaker. I said, find somebody that believes and say, I'm a spell breaker. They may have died of it. She may have died of it. He even may have died of it. But unto them that fear my name. This is a powerful. Don't you understand? Christianity. That's why I'm excited to be a Christian. Yeah. Don't you understand? When problems and dilemma and trouble arises, my God, it's my time to shine. My God, look at somebody and say, it's my time to shine. My God, I need trouble. I need problems. Because the more there's problems, the more I got a Jesus that can fix it. I'm excited. I'm excited about the opportunity to tell somebody that Jesus is the answer for a world today. I'm excited. To preach to them the full length of the gospel. That though he died on Calvary, that the gospel also includes resurrection. Yet a little while you may be in suffering, but joy comes in the morning. chose
Hallelujah.
so powerfully to end the Old Testament with this decree.
Yes, Lord.
To set the stage for the working of the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
To set the stage that the believers of God will be carrying the antidote for a sick and tired world.
Amen.
Look at somebody, say, I am the antidote. I don't care what's going on in my body. I don't care what limp is going on in my body. I am the antidote. Shake your neighbor, say, I am the antidote. Don't let the package fool you, honey. Just because I got a limp don't mean I can't heal your body. I am what you need. Shake your neighbor, say, don't let the package fool you. He set the stage so powerfully for Jesus that the believer now in this last season and this last hour would purposely suffer affliction for purification. I'm going to say that again. That he set the stage so that the believer can suffer purposely. You see, we enjoy grapes. Some of y'all enjoy wine, but you can't get wine out of a grape that's not crushed.
Yeah, that's good.
Are you hear what I'm saying here?
Yes,
So there's some things in life, to get the beauty out of it, you have to pulverize it. You have to beat it down. You have to beat it till it's unrecognizable. Then you can do what you want to do with it. That's why we call him the potter. Look at somebody and say, my God is the potter. He said, don't worry, because if you fear my name, healing is part of your decree.
Yes.
Healing to your body, healing to your mind, healing to your soul, healing to, it doesn't matter. And sometimes we put little classifications on the levels of healing. Healing means healing.
Yes.
I don't care if you broke your ankle. I don't care if you had a divorce. I don't care if you got cancer. I don't care if you cut your finger chopping a knife. He says healing. Somebody says healing. Yeah, healing is part of my decree as a believer. It is part of the job of the Holy Ghost to ensure that you perfect the purpose of God in your life. That's why God made healing, to keep you on earth, to do the will of God. So that's why you got to pray in thanksgiving, and you got to come to him and say, God, I know my time is not up, so you got to heal my body so I can keep doing what you called me to do.
Yes.
He said, the Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings. And watch this now. And he's going to heal you. And the Bible says that you're going to what? Go forth. Somebody say go forth. See, my healing is not just so I can enjoy the sunny day at the beach. My healing is not just for me to be able to walk around, and I haven't walked in 2 years. It's for you to go forth. Somebody say go forth. Yeah, I'm in constant momentum. I'm always moving. I'm always progressing. I'm always abounding. He said move forward. Slap the neighbor. Say, neighbor, you got to move. Yeah, part of your healing is stop staying stagnant.
Amen.
Part of your healing is to stop staying stagnant. And that's where demons like to live. They like to live in swampy areas. You know what a swamp is? A swamp is an area or a body of water that used to have water flow in it. Some reason it stopped. It began to decay. It began to sour. And animals and plants that like that kind of environment begin to grow and help keep it the way it is. And that's how demons work. They get you into a place that they can keep you there and feed off your money and feed off your heart and feed off your mind and feed off your your children and feed off your relationship till you get to the place that you don't trust God.
That's right.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
But he said that healing and then go forth and then you're going to grow. Say, slap your neighbor and say healing, go forth, and then grow. Yeah, he said you're going to grow up as calves of the stall. That means you're going to be fed. Your Lord have mercy. See, some of y'all ain't farmers or ever been in the field somewhere, but the cattle in the stall means that there was an owner who took particular care of that calf. He brushed the calf, made sure the calf was good, made sure the calf had meal. And what God is saying that you are not going to have to sweat for the things of your life no more. And God set the stage in Malachi, and all of a sudden Jesus rolls into the picture and said, if I care for sparrows, how much more do I care for you? What has happened is that we have grown up under the influence of the prince of the air. And it impacts us everywhere we go. We don't really think about it. We don't really say it. But the mindset of hell impacts our decision-making capabilities. Some of us grow up in broken homes. Some of us grow up in broken friendships. Some of us have grown up in broken environments. Some of us have grown up in broken schools. Some of us have broken jobs. Some of us are broken on the inside. Everything looks good and has Maybelline on it, but on the inside, it looks like a haunted house.
I like that. Go ahead, young man. Go ahead.
Amen.
Demons that live under the shadows, and some of us sweep things under the rug and think that because we sweep it there, it don't grow. Let me tell you something. Some of the biggest things in life grow in darkness. I said some of the biggest. You don't believe me? An elephant baby stays in the mother's womb and that thing comes out gigantic. Just because you sweep it under the rug and your mama don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it, your daddy don't want to talk about it, don't mean that thing ain't growing muscles and growing legs, and then you have children and you don't understand why they act like that.
Lord Jesus.
Something was swept under the rug of America, and now we have what we have. Something was swept under the rug of the church, and now we have what we have. Something was swept under the rug in your life, and now you are what you tried to run from. He said healing. He said you're going to go forth.
Yes.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
He said you're going to grow.
Yes.
And when you do those things, and he said, and ye shall. Somebody say shall.
Shall.
Say shall. See, shall is something that you're going to do. Say, it's something that I'm going to do.
It's something I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's what I'm going to do.
It's what I'm going to do.
It don't matter if you don't feel like it.
Right.
It's what you're going to do. Say, and I shall.
And I shall.
Yeah. When you get done being healed and moving and growing forth and growing up, it says, and ye shall tread down the wicked.
Woo! Yes, Lord.
Somebody say, and I.
And I.
That's right, you with your lonely self, crazy self, disqualified self, self that you don't even like looking at yourself half the time. You don't even look at the mirror while you're getting ready and work anymore. And I shall.
And I shall.
See, you got to, listen, it don't matter what nobody else said. You just got to say what God said about you.
That's it right there.
You don't got to wait for nobody to tell you you're going to be somebody. You got to decree the decree that God said about you. And I shall.
Yes.
He said that you shall what? Tread down the what? The wicked. Everything that's not of God that's in front of me, I shall tread down the wicked.
Amen.
I don't care if it look good.
Hallelujah.
I don't care if it smell good.
That's right.
See, the problem is that we don't tread down the wicked. We entertain the wicked.
Yes, that's the truth.
If it means opportunity, it's coming to my house. If it means it's going to give me an advantage, I'm coming to my house. That's not what the Bible said. He said, if you shun the very appearance of evil. He said, and ye shall what? Tread down. And notice he put that at the end. He didn't say you're going to tread them down when you're broken or sad or confused. No. He said when you tread down the wicked, you're going to be 100%. Look at somebody say, I'm going to be 100%. See, you don't even believe it because you can't see past your reality. You can't see past your gas tank. I said you're going to be 100%. Slap your neighbor. Say,